CrooksCast, episode 6. It's going to be a good one today. It's going to be spicy.
Good, yeah.
A little spicy.
This one's personal.
Yeah, fast. Be a little personal.
So welcome back to another episode. Started out with the sponsors. Shout out pepperexplosion.com. Check them out for all your hot sauce needs. JMO, go check JMO out for some fire ass gear. Go follow the Facebook pages, the Instagrams, like and subscribe on YouTube.
Everything will be down in the
Yep.
descriptions. You'll be able to
And
find all the links.
I also put the link on my Instagram bio too if you guys got it.
Shout out Terry Royalty.
Always keeping it spicy.
Always keeping it spicy.
I'm just a messenger. I love it. It's a good series. Everybody stay tuned to that.
Shout out XFFL New Jersey. Shout out Extreme Flag Football. Go follow those two on Facebook if you don't already.
Follow ThePrez. Demetri Thompson.
So without further ado, we have a special guest for you guys today. We're gonna get him on right now. Welcome to CrooksCast episode 6.
Hello, CrooksCast. How y'all doing? How's everything?
Yeah, how you doing?
Everything good, man.
Yeah. So.
You guys hear me all right?
Yep.
Yeah,
sir.
Yep.
We're going to ask you a couple of questions.
As
Right
much
off
as
the
you
bat.
talk to me.
It's not going to be personal, or not personal, spicy right off the bat, but
I don't care. Ain't nobody scared.
Right off the bat. Right off the bat.
the first question, and I want you to think about it. Who are you today?
I'm feeling like Don King today.
I was gonna ask what you were drinking today, but
A little bit of Henny.
Oh, shit.
We got it too.
we got some crowns.
Nah, yo, listen. Honestly, God, all jokes aside, you guys know me. I'm always trying to have some fun, man. Like, guys have been talking. We have nothing else to do. So we might as well manufacture some fun out here, man. Like,
Thanks.
everything I do, you guys know I'm just out here talking crap to have fun so everyone has something to say. If I had some malicious intent, y'all know I'll be the first person to say it directly to 2 people. But I wouldn't be on Facebook. But everything I'm saying is just everyone having fun. This is what it's about. The fraternity of guys talking shit, man.
Thanks.
We're the talk of the league now.
That's right, yo. Listen, y'all doing it the right way. Like I always told, like I told you from the beginning. Treat this like it's your baby. Promote it. People are talking about it now. Good, bad, or indifferent, yo. People are saying something about the Crooks, right?
That's why I kept saying. I said y'all making posts, but that just shows we're relevant.
Exactly. That's all. I mean, you can say whatever you want to say. You can do whatever you want to do, but at the end of the day, you're talking about it. Somebody, if we were, I'm not going to say no names right now, but we're not talking about other teams. You know what I mean? Like, we're not talking about other teams that's probably going to be worse. You know what I mean? So what's the point? They're talking about you guys. So I get it. I respect it.
That just shows we're on everybody's radar right now.
I see that. I mean, relax. But I see it. I appreciate the growth personally for the league and everything. I appreciate everything you guys do. Like this whole CrooksCast, every team should have one. Everybody should have at least something, maybe once in a while. You guys are doing it the best. You guys are out here doing it every week. This is awesome. And it's not even football right now. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm proud of you guys. Oh, I gotta get my light right. I don't feel like my light is right. That's a little better, you know.
Yeah, there you go.
I need a little bit better light. You see? Oh, that's too much. Okay, I just want to make sure my sexy is correct. But no, you guys are doing it the right way. Promoting your brand, promoting your league. I mean, there's no other team that has 2 teams. Organization. You guys are officially an organization. So it's commendable. I appreciate it. And hats off to you guys, man. You guys are doing a great thing. Building the Bullies brand.
Thank you.
Crooks brand.
Thank you.
Yeah, I said the Bullies because the Bullies are the ones who started this whole thing. Like I was listening to the last podcast and even Lou said it. Like, you know, Lou. One of the reasons why Lou and Mealy are in their position that they're in right now is because they showed that they wanted to do something bigger than what they were just doing for the Bullies. And the Bullies have always been one of those brands that's done it the right way with the 17 different uniforms. You know what I mean? They're always borough Bullies. They're always doing something in their community. So it's all love. Well, you know, they some trash too, but you know, that's the player here to talking, not president. Good job, guys.
I think as a brand we've tried to not necessarily model ourselves as the Bullies, but we've definitely taken pieces of advice from Mealy and Lou, being so close, knowing them for so long, and seeing what they have done. You definitely you take ideas, or you know what I mean. You talk to them and ask them how you can grow your brand, because they've grown not only their brand but XFL New Jersey very, very big over the last, what has it been? Not even 7 months. So
Right. Well, like I tell people, imitation is the fondest form of flattery. And on top of that, if you see somebody doing something that you admire, you're the idiot by not asking them questions to find out how they're doing it to get to where they're doing it. Real men, you ask the question when you don't know, instead of keep running until you keep running into a brick wall, trying to say you're gonna do it. I'm gonna do it my way, but it's working over there, and it seems to be doing all right. So let me at least ask them, and I can incorporate a little bit of what I do, and then make it work. You know what I mean? It's that's what it's all about. Yeah. I'll give credit when credit's due. Like, I watched the Dark Knights come in when I first came in to the league years and years ago, and I watched them have their system, and I took a little bit of that and worked what they do and put my style on it. And it's kind of just one hand washes the other. Everybody's out here trying to compete and win. You know what I mean? So if you're not learning from your peers, then there's something wrong. You guys have done a great job with that. Like, seeing what works, what doesn't work, and pivoting. You know what I mean? Me and Tyler have had a lot of conversations. You know what I mean? And I've seen him take certain things that I've said to him, and he's like, yeah, that's probably what's going to work. And then other things, he's implemented little different things that he's like, I see that, but I have a different skill set of guys, or I might have a different idea and work it in. And he's like, nah, that's not going to work. Or that works, but I can do this in certain situations. Right. It's just opening up your mindset to this thing. It's not just put on flags and just go and run around. There's leagues for that, you know what I mean? But the XFL isn't that. You're going to have to scheme up every week to play, you know what I mean?
So outside of that, even I've taken a lot of personal shit from, the one season I played with the Bullies. I talk to Lou at least 3-4 times a week. I talk to Mealy. I talk to Corey, Buster. I talk to all of them. So, even I've taken a lot of stuff from the Bullies. So I give them a lot of credit.
100%, man. Give credit where credit's due. I mean, for that New Jersey brand, the XFL New Jersey brand, they're setting the standard out there. And that was the reason why we wanted them out there, and they wanted to be there. We wanted them to be the leaders out there because they set the standard as of right now. That could change. There's a lot of different groups and teams that are coming in. It could be the Crooks, New Jersey, who come in there and put their foot on people's necks and change what's going on. But the great thing about having the New Jersey League is that it's all brand new. Right. Everyone's on the same. When we started in PA, we already had the league prior, and we kind of knew what teams, and we kind of had the guys. Throughout the years, we've grown it, and we've had more guys come in from different all across the area. So now it's a little bit more. We don't know what's going to happen on certain games at certain times. But in New Jersey, half the people don't even know each other. A lot of these guys are coming from different places, different areas, different teams, different everything. I mean, like you said, we have the Outsiders, Bolts, the Crooks. We have a couple teams that have been established as teams, but the other 70 teams are brand new to people, and no one knows. You can say they're bad, you can say they're good, you can say whatever, but you don't really know yet. You don't know what they've been, especially with this pandemic. Guys have been taking advantage of that, and as you guys have been, and adding a couple extra guys, dropping a couple guys. It's the extra long off season now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Right.
I heard it from the best. Always working.
And no days off.
No days off, man.
No days off.
No days off.
Matt Johnson, no days off, baby.
You take it with it and you use it and implement it into your brand,
That's right.
So I got a question for you. How would you, because you mentioned DK before, and how you've taken things from DK and used it as your own, how would you compare the we can go on the limb and say dynasty of DK, right? They won a bunch of chips. How would you compare the Finns organization to that dynasty? Would you say that you're like on par with them, that you guys would beat them or better than them, you're going to win more chips than them in the long run? Like, I want to hear your opinion on where you stand with that, because I've never personally watched DK play, but I've heard through Buster and Lou and Mealy how good all those guys were. So now being the standard of the XFFL, because the Finns are one of the standards of the XFFL, how do you compare? Right, that's what I'm saying. So how do you compare yourself to that dynasty? Like, I know it was a different league, but
I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 100 the whole way through. But first, before that, let me get right first, because this is my keep it real juice.
There we go.
Little bit of keep it real juice.
Keep it real juice.
So here's the thing. Real talk, we don't even compare to DK right now. The Finns as an organization and things that we've been able to accomplish and do, I think we've surpassed them when it comes to be on the field and chips at the moment. I don't think there will ever be another team in our area that can do that. They won 7 straight chips, man.
Right.
7. I mean, real talk, Finns have only won 1. Finns are the best regular season team, but the regular season don't do shit.
Right.
When it comes to an organization, Kiefer and Maddie and all those guys and TJ, they created the standard. I'm not afraid to say it. In competing and doing like a dynasty type thing and building a brand. The Dark Knights brand for flag football was this huge thing that we're all a part of now. They were setting the standard. They were going downtown here, to my knowledge, and was kicking everyone's ass. You know what I mean? So
Right.
kicking my ass year after year, and we can get into that too, because guys worry about, we're losing, and we can't win. But I swear to God, I got my ass kicked by the Dark Knights for like 4 years straight and couldn't win a game. And just kept coming back until we finally did it. But as an organization, the Finns, I feel that we try to do the best that we can at setting the standard of what a flag football team should look like. It's about the clothes, it's about the players, it's about the attitude, it's about the branding, it's about getting your players out there to other places, having your players play all across the United States, providing your players a place where they can actually flourish outside of your league. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
I agree.
now, did DK do that? I don't think so. But it's a different time. They probably would have if they were afforded that back in the day. I would say, summing up, that when it comes to chips, can't touch them. They're the GOATs. They got it, and there's 9 man around here. But when it comes to the organizational aspect and the actual, like, how do I say? Because they were a great organization too. Like the B7, whatever, 7 chips. They had to do something right. Now I'll keep it real. Now we probably don't. They're definitely still better than us, man. Like, I'm still striving to do what they do. So it was 7 chips. If I can get 7 chips back to back, then maybe. Yes, it was an easier time. I don't think that they could have done that in this league. 100%.
Nah.
I don't think they could have done that. Will they always?
I don't think so either.
You take the prime, because the DK that guys saw at the end wasn't really the DK of what you really should remember. The year prior to that year before everything kind of fell apart, those guys could beat every team in the XFFL except probably Uline and the Finns. If you separate those 2 teams from last year, I'm willing. If you gave me that team in that prime back then, they're beating everybody except for probably the Finns and Uline and the Warhawks, because the Warhawks always gave them a run back then, and that's what the Warhawks the only team that beat them. That's what me and George did that. But in actuality, I don't see a lot of teams keeping up with them. They average like 300 pounds on the offensive line, and these guys were
I heard they were huge up front.
I got
that
them.
they were huge up front.
Like, I'm talking about Greg Munch, Mikey Bryant. I'm talking about young Mikey too, like young, fresh young Mikey, playing padded football every day, Mikey. Pete Walmart. There was just guys that you don't know, but I'm telling you, coming from my mouth playing defensive tackle and end against them, it was just different. Like, I would go through a game normally, and when I had to play DK the next game, I would literally go home and be in a lot of pain because I had to go hard every single snap. Because TJ will kill you. TJ will kill you. Every time he'll kill you.
Really quick, another one. Since you became the president of the XFFL, what has been your vision of the league? What was your purpose?
When we all first started this thing, truthfully, the purpose when we first started was to simply do it better than what was before. Give people a better product than what we had before. It was great. We ran out there, we played 10 games, we had our playoffs and our championship, and we went home. It was great. But I felt, and a lot of the guys that supported me, like I said, I always give credit. Chris Holland, my boy, my brother forever. Jamal White, brother. Mark Brown, brother. Cease, brother. Like, these are family. I consider these guys family. And, and of course, King Resto, you know what I mean? Like, these guys believe in the fact that, hey, if we give this guy an opportunity to give us what we think we can get, this can be pretty dope. And the truth of the matter is, Chris won, and this is a true story. When we first started it, Chris was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to rent every field in Monroe County so that nobody can actually play flag football or play football in Monroe County.
Wow.
They go through the XFFL. So that kind of solidified our foothold that first starting year, because if you wanted to actually play or do anything on the field, you kind of had to go through us. But then we also had so many fields that we could not use. I don't know if you guys remember that first year we were going back and forth because we were actually letting people use both sides of the field across the street and back and forth so we can keep the grass going. But yeah,
that's wild.
He in the vision. And then Mark Brown ran a soccer league, a kids soccer league. So obviously somebody who has that kind of knowledge prior, you're going to want to have in here. Cease is just mentally on another level. Cease runs one of the biggest, he works for one of the pharmaceutical companies, not pharmaceutical, but medical, I'm sorry, Cease, don't get mad at me. But he works for a very big company doing a lot of great work. And his business acumen, his business mind is just amazing, and having behind us is great. And Jamal, I can say nothing but great things about Jamal. Jamal is the man of the XFL. He's the man of the people. When things start to go left, people start, before they come to me, they'll be like, Jamal, what the fuck is going on, man? And he comes to us and like, yo, the people are I'm trying to tell you, the people. So trust and believe that the one thing I will give you guys, that when the league feels some type of way, y'all make sure y'all let it be heard. And I respect that. And even sometimes when you guys have your ways about doing it, because y'all all have your ways, and we do. Jamal and Mark Brown, those two guys, I'll give them their credit when credit's due, are the first people to remind me about, remember when you used to play. Don't forget, you know what I mean? Remember when you used to be just one of the guys in the trenches. So it's always to have guys in the trenches, always reminding us what the fuck is going on. You know what I mean? Out there. Because sometimes, I'm not going to lie, we try to keep every week on the same pace. And watching everybody and making sure that X person doesn't yell at the ref and this person doesn't do that. And remember during the week that these two people were arguing, so we got to make sure to keep an eye on that. And, blah, 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 blah. And this is all stuff that we created. So it's our issue. Like, we're talking shit on these chats and we're doing all these things.
Right.
So, at the end of the day, to put a bow on all that, it's, the vision was simply to give a better product to the people and to create something for the community that they can actually feel pride in. And also, we just wanted to make some noise, to be totally honest. You guys know me as, a lot of you guys have played next to me. You've heard me play. You've seen my actions and all that. I like to make a little noise and cause a little trouble every once in a while. You know what I mean? And not in a bad way or anything like that, but just like, I like to make sure that, we're noticed. You know what I mean?
Right,
and we are here. You guys put your time, energy, and money into this thing, and I want to make sure that you guys see that I'm putting just as much effort and time into it as well, to make sure that your guys' thing is getting out there, and how you guys feel and the things that you guys want to get done. Is it always gonna get done? Probably not. Will I try? Always. So
now to piggyback off of that, how do you feel about the Crooks Organization as a whole, and are you satisfied with how we're talking our shit?
I always say talk your shit. Talk your shit, because ain't nobody gonna talk it for you. You know what I mean? Right. So like, here's what I've learned in my days as a shit talker. Triple OG, veteran shit talker. If you're gonna talk your shit, there's gotta be two things you gotta be able to do. Back it up, and then take it when you lose. Right. Just remember, y'all have all seen me catch that L to prime time twice. Assault me twice.
Yeah.
I had to eat crow bad, didn't I? I had to just sit there and eat it. Like, you're right, you got it. I've lost the U-line. I had to eat it. But we was talking wild shit though, right?
Yeah.
Gotta eat it. Gotta give them the respect and shake their hand and don't be a pussy afterwards now.
Nah.
Be a man, stand up in the line, shake their hands, and walk back. And then when you go back on the internet Sunday night, take it. Just take it. But sometimes you gotta talk your shit to get everybody to remember, like, yo, we here too, yo. We're here. Yeah, you might not believe in it, but we believe in it. And you guys, as an organization, are making sure that the guys that are signed that contract to come rock with you guys know that I don't care what they say, we know better, and we're gonna show them. You know what I mean? Right. It would be worse if you guys just sat there and took it. Like, yeah, okay, we'll see. No, defend yourself. I'm out here poking the bear left and right on you guys.
Oh, we know.
You know what I mean? I want to see how you rise to the occasion, because it's been fuck the Fins for 75 years now. Every year, every time you see a chat, fuck the Fins. Fuck the Fins. Oh, by the way, the season's about to start, and by the way, fuck the Fins. Fins won't even be talked about, but because we talk and because we carry ourselves, it becomes something that you talk about. Fuck the Fins. Hashtag Finland's dead. It's been around for 1,000 years. People say that's the corniest tagline in the world, but you remember it though every single time, and we keep saying we're dead. Nah, y'all dead. And every year, we just keep saying, yep, Finland's dead. That's what it is. We're dead. Crooks are doing what's supposed to be done. Crooks, here's what I'm going to say. The Crooks, Bullies, Fins, you know, the Savages as a new team, they're coming up, and I see them doing little promotions and then little posters and stuff like that. They're doing a great thing. You know, Bad Boy Time, whatever, Prime Wolf. I don't know which one it is, with a sprinkle of line in there. They always do a good job of promoting what they do. You know what I mean? So it's like, you guys are spending money to play football. You might as well maximize it as much as you can. Get your guys' names out there, get your brand out there, sell some shirts. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Make it so that your season's free or cheap or whatever. You know what I mean? You guys got sponsors. You know what I mean? What's the spicy pepper? What is it, Matt?
PepperExplosion.com.
See, there we go. I'm listening. Pepper Explosion, baby. And those guys, I wouldn't know anything about Pepper Explosion. Swear to God, I looked at the website the other day just because I watched it. I was like, oh, they got over there. If they get 3 sales, that's more than what they had before, and it helps you guys out, and they help the community. That's what it's all about, man. Get your name out there. Help other people get their name out there. You guys can now show any local restaurant, Applebee's, anything. Hey, we have this podcast. Hey, this is how many views we get. We can actually do X, Y, and Z. The Bullies are going to be having a gala, an actual Bullies gala.
Right.
It's going to be dope. The league was going to hold an actual league night at the my dog is going crazy underneath me. I'm sorry. Was going to have a whole league night at Buffalo Wild Wings in Rockaway.
Wow.
And
yeah, I remember Lou sending me the invite to that.
Yeah, man. And these are great things that help you raise money, help the league raise money, keep costs down, and it's just great promotion. It's just simply great promotion for what you guys are doing. And you guys are doing it the right way. You guys have seen some of the models and took it upon yourself and are doing it the way you guys want to do it. You guys are putting up there's no Fins podcast. You guys got one. I respect it. There's no Bullies podcast. Y'all got one. So you guys have set yourself in a different lane than what we do. Congratulations. That's awesome. I respect it more than anything. Because
and we're the only team to have 2 teams.
And that's what I said. There is no team that has 2 teams. You guys are setting yourself apart for the future of the XFFL. Because, listen, I'm done. No more playing for me. I'm done. Straight to the president's box. I'm doing my Jerry Jones. Just chilling. Oh, my dog. Sorry. But at the end of the day, you guys are the future. You guys got years and years and years of playtime left in you. Got years of coaching, years of ownership in you. So at this time, you guys are setting yourself up for forever. I mean, at the end of the day, you guys are brand new to Jersey, and the Jersey Crooks, and you guys are now going to be one of the Godfather teams of this league. Picture 10, 15 years from now, when somebody has a son, you know what I mean? One of your old guys, maybe one of your older guys has a son right now that's maybe like 11. He could be 16, 17, about to go play in the league with a parent's permission.
Right.
Under the Crooks name.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
It could be on. People look at it like, this is just flag football. But there's semi-pro leagues that have had storied tradition with their leagues. Like, there's a team called the Brooklyn Mariners. They're no longer around now, I don't believe. But the Brooklyn Mariners were a semi-pro team that was around and dominating for years upon years. And they just and their brand is amazing. Like, look at what Keith is doing over there in at the Raiders. The semi-pro team,
Right?
In Allentown. There's a lot of football going around out here for guys now. You know what I mean? A lot. Guys can jump on the boat anytime they're ready.
I have a question for you, just because I've been getting a lot of DMs about it and everything. I know you really don't have an exact answer, but what's it kind of looking like right now? Say this quarantine lasts a lot longer. Are we just gonna roll into fall? I don't know what they're asking about, money aspect, how that will pass over. I've just been getting a lot of messages about it.
I definitely have an answer for all of that. Right now, we're in limbo just like everybody else is.
Mm-hmm.
If they say tomorrow, hey, everything looks good, we're lifting the ban, everybody can go outside and play, and there's no restriction on people being together.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say they did that on Monday. By Sunday, we're playing. I promise you that.
So we'd roll into week 1.
You know what I mean? Now that's if they do that extremely soon.
Yeah.
Like, extremely soon. I don't want to go into any specifics or dates or anything because I don't know. And like I said, you don't know. We don't know. The world doesn't know what day anything is going to go back to normal. But I do know how many weeks it takes for us to have a season. Right? So there are options that the league has come up with, both New Jersey and PA. We've discussed numerous options of what we can do. And there's numerous fail-safes. Like, you guys don't get how much actual talking we actually do about this. We actually do about this thing. But we have like plan A, B, C, D, and like an E, honestly. The longer it takes for it to actually be opened up, obviously we would not be able to have a spring season.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say it open up in June, July, something like that, right? Obviously, if it's June or July, we really can't have a full season. Possibly, there's an options and way we can do it, but I don't know if guys are gonna like it. But I'll leave that to the chance to when we get to cross that bridge. My personal favorite idea, and what I'm leaning towards and I'm hoping towards, is that they open it up. They have enough time for us to get on the field. We run a full 10 weeks. We start it's technically starting the fall season early. We already have a long off season in between spring and fall as it is, like which is what we're coming off of right now. But at least if we start fall a little earlier, we're not freezing cold during the end of fall.
That's why I said. That's why I said.
Right? It's because at the end of the day, we can't extend fall for numerous reasons. One, it's freezing cold.
Yeah.
2, they close all fields because you can't run on. You guys have seen what happens when you run on cold fields and start soaking. They destroy the field. It destroys everything, and then that becomes a liability issue. You can't extend it even longer because there's other leagues and people play semi-pro and whatever that. So that's why it's always been pieced together the way it's been pieced together. I think. But let's talk money for a second. Any team that would like to have their money back and then give it back and say they want to play in the fall when it's fall time, no problem. Right now, the way we've treated it is that everyone is good for when the season starts in the spring.
Yeah.
If we decide to start, if we have a spring season, if we don't have a spring season, we will definitely have a fall season. Any team that would like to say, hey, give me that back and I'm going to give it back to you in the fall, absolutely, no problem. On the day that we start, not a problem. I have I haven't even cashed half the checks. They're just sitting there waiting because I didn't want to have any problems with anybody. So that's an easy fix. Or you guys are all set. Every team is all set and ready to go. And when we start the season, nobody has to worry about money. We're all good. No problems, no questions asked. Let's have fun. Y'all individual players that might have dropped in between, that's on y'all captains.
Yeah.
Y'all figure it out. I'm not giving back $60 here and $30 here to somebody.
Yeah.
Y'all figure it out. But as a team, any team that has an issue that say that, you know what, we might not want to play this season. Okay, cool. It was obviously a pandemic. Normally we don't do refunds. Remember, no refunds after you give a deposit because everything gets sent out. But it's a pandemic. We were able to get back some of the deposits from where we sent out already. Some of them are still coming back. I was not able to get back some of them from the college yet because the college is closed. But any kind of situation with any team that might want to get a refund, no problem. You will never deny anybody a refund due to the pandemic.
All right, so let's talk about Crooks Mambas. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that rivalry because over the last 2 years, the first year we were Crooks, they kept us out of the playoffs.
Can we call it a rivalry?
What did he say?
I guess you gotta win yet to call it a rivalry.
That's true.
I guess you're right. Yeah.
So is it just a beef then?
It's a beef. It's a beef. It's street beef. Football beef.
There's a lot of them I've been getting involved in lately.
That's because you out here pumping your chest up, and I respect it.
I have to. Hey, I'm giving the people what they want.
Here it is.
I got you.
Sometimes you gotta keep a little beef in the street to make sure you keep your edge. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It makes me a better competitor when everybody's ready to battle with me, you know?
Let me explain something to you. So Fairbanks and me are like literally like brothers on the I love that kid, man. Like a little brother. That man's at my wedding. But I swear to God, when we touch that field together and we're on different sides of the field, it's like war. There's a lot of people that like that, but me and Fairbanks is one of the two different because he has a move that he does to me that he knows that I can't really, and then I have a move that I do to him that he knows he can't stop, so it kind of goes both ways all day long. And it's a hell of a day, you know what I mean? And you got to get mentally psyched up. So that whole week I'm talking shit. I'm talking crazy to him, you know what I mean? So, but it's all love. The people who can compartmentalize the Facebook talking, and keep it Facebook. That's what I'm saying. A lot of guys don't get disrespectful, make it light, keep it breezy, talk your shit, and move on. Let's leave the parents and the kids and the moms and the dads and you pussies and you suck my dicks out of it because then it becomes something serious. But as long as we all talking crazy about, you are trash, you can't cover nobody, and you are soft, you know what I'm saying? Can't get mad at that. You got someone's opinion. You can't get mad if someone thinks that you can't cover nobody or you can't catch or as if you soft or you got pancakes. And those are just things that either happened or an opinion.
Or Tyler Bummingham. That's a good one.
That's what I'm saying. Those are all part of football. It's when I see your mom, I'm gonna slap the shit out of her. That's where it goes over the line, and that's why I always draw the line at that, like unnecessary. But the Facebook talking, that's always part of it, man. We breed it. I want it. Have fun out there. We have nothing else better to do right now. Might as well have some fun.
I love all this. It makes me a better competitor. When people are like, "Oh, you're straight bum," we'll see what happens when we get there.
See, that's the funny thing about it, Tyler. You ain't no bum though. That's the thing. If I thought you were a bum, I'd tell you straight to your face. You were a bum on your podcast that you was trash. You're not trash. You need to start just going one way, but you're not trash.
Listen, we've been trying to tell Tyler that since we've been.
And guys know you're not trash, and they try to talk you out of your shit to get you to act like you trash, but that don't work. See, when you play defense, guys are scared. Just so you know, that offense, ain't nobody worried about you.
Hell no. I hate offense. I just have to do what's best for my team.
Getting beat up on it. That's the thing. When you play that D-line, though, it's a different story. So as the owner, sometimes you got to take yourself off that bitch. You're like, look, I got to go find my replacement.
I've been trying. Lineman is the hardest thing.
Hey, I found my replacement numerous times. Sometimes I get my 6 snaps and I'm out, baby.
Listen, I found my other lineman. I just need a center now.
Yeah, that's hard. O-line, D-line is always the hardest ones to find. and to find good ones. You can always find somebody who wants to sit out there and not do, and just be a lineman. But finding a guy who wants to eat,
and want to be a lineman, you know,
want to be a lineman on a Sunday, every Sunday, and go out there and just eat
it up.
Yeah, there's not too many of them. That's why I'm saying you gotta go to the high schools. As soon as they start graduating, find the seniors that didn't play, the ones on the sidelines. Yo, why you didn't play? But I bet you that kid on the sideline has 6 other guys who was just chilling. They might not be good at football. They might be nice at flag.
Facts.
You know what I mean? They might not have been as good as the guy in front of them, but they can still keep their core guys, their hometown group of guys, and come out here and play. And I've seen that already. There's a lot of guys who have put their old high school team together and come out. Like, look at Bill and Dylan. These guys have been playing together forever.
Yeah.
Forever. You can't say one without the other because that's the way they move. It's just the way it works. Like Lou and Mealy. Can't say one without the other. It's the Bully Show. That's their brand. Chris and me. That's how we roll. You know what I mean? Jay, Matt. Hold on. Frank. Are you an owner? Or are you a captain? Are you a captain? Are you a part one?
He's my head captain. Is what I call him.
Okay. You guys are building that. You know what I'm saying? When you start talking about Crooks, they talk about you guys and what you guys are building. You know what I mean? But good, right, or indifferent, whether they like it or not, they gotta say your name. They know who's doing it, though, right?
Yes, sir.
Exactly. Other teams need to start doing it too and stop hating. That's all that is. Tell them stop hating.
It's all a lot of hate. A lot of them got my DMs, and I was telling them, "Yo, you're just hating on what we're doing, dude. You're just mad because you're not us as a brand."
Yo, mamas can do it. Mamas can build a podcast or have a little conversation or do whatever they want to do. But they over there in the ABE chilling.
Right.
I'm talking shit. I want to see all this.
Hey, they talk about it's all talk. It's all talk, but we put our talk into action with this podcast and a store, 2 teams, building a brand more than just a team in a flag football league. Okay, you can have all your championships and all this, but do you make money off of clothing off a store?
Respect.
Do you get views off of a podcast? Do you keep it spicy and get it for the people? You know what I'm saying? No. We're spicy 365 days a year. We're not stopping. Who cares if we lost? We're gonna come at your neck regardless.
Come back at you the next time, man. And keep coming. Back to the beef. That shit's always great. I mean, having teams like me in primetime have a rivalry forever. You know what I mean? Back when it was,
Which we hold a win over primetime, by the way, just so you know.
You guys definitely do. Ha Jamal. Definitely, there's a lot of rivalries, and there's a lot of just beefs. Guys just want to beat teams, and that just goes to show, how much people really care about what's going on over here. Yeah, every Sunday, it reminds me when I'm out there how awesome this really is. I did this interview with Alex, one of our guys who's doing another podcast, and he reminded me. He was like, back in the day, we used to just show up and play our game and leave. Like, and just go home and be done with this. Get your hour and then go. I didn't care about watching every game. But, like, dudes are, like, invested now. You wake up, you bring your kid, you bring your wife, your mom and dad, hey, you doing anything? Come on down and watch some football. And I walk around on a Sunday, and I'm like, I see the same parents, and I see, like, random people who are just, like, showing up. And I'm like, this is awesome. And I've seen guys who just show up for food. Like, I'm not even here for the football. Terry told me to come through to get food, and I'm here. And the next thing you know, there's a congregation around the food table, and they're watching football, and they're coming back every Sunday, just hanging out. It's more than the football. It's more than the rivalries. This thing is just awesome for everybody, and just mom, dad, kids, dog. Sometimes you sneak them on there, from nobody. But the rivalries come with football. The trash talk come with football. The Jets don't want the Giants. The Giants don't want the Jets in their stadium anymore. You know what I mean? There's no real beef there, but when we play them, you guys got to lose. It's Giants Jets. You know what I mean? Yeah. Football comes with all of football, and you guys are just doing what's supposed to be done, breeding the rivalry, breeding the actual sports camaraderie. If guys don't like it, then beat you. That's it. If
Right.
they don't beat you, then they should have shut the fuck up.
That was my biggest thing with all these beefs going around as this offseason started. Everybody's picked in the past, right? And I brought up, well, I've destroyed 90% of the linemen in this league. Let's talk about that too.
Pat, you low key have done a lot of beast work. And I'm behind the camera most of the time, and I'm behind the line, and I'm watching the linemen, and I'm trying to poke people and say, "Yo, you heard me, Tyler." Like, "Yo, Tyler just worked you. You just work," and then you get mad. And vice versa. I'm like, "Tyler, he ain't got no work for you," and then I get you tired. You know what I mean? So it's like I've seen it with my own 2 eyes, and Lee knows it.
Remember when you did that when we played primetime? They were up by 50, and me and JJ were just going to war. And then he pancaked me. How many times was I smiling because I loved that shit, you know? I was excited to get pancaked. I was like, this is what I live for.
JJ and Jamal are the first 2 people I remember coming to me after a game and saying to me, "Yo, homie's a fucking horse. That's he different. He farm strong, yeah." I'm like, "Oh, I know."
He farm strong.
Oh, I know. I can just see it. You not see how he cut his uniform, his jersey sleeves? That's farm strong sleeves. I mean, so that's just on a personal level, like, and so you can talk, that's the thing. You can call your numbers. You can say what you want to say because a lot of these guys, you've been in the running. You've done things. I got the trophy waiting for you. I got it.
Yeah, you say that.
I should have won the D Lineman of the Year 2 seasons.
I should have won D Lineman of the Year a couple of years ago, but I never got it either. Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Listen, I got snubbed by somebody who didn't even make noise last season.
I don't know.
I'm just saying.
They might have made noise, but they fucking got some tackles and some sacks.
Hey, I'm consistent.
I love some of these guys that trash talk, dude, because they'll bring up shit in the past. They'll bring up shit from scrimmages, this, that, and the third. The second you bring it up, oh, why are you bringing up the past? Why are you bringing up shit that happened in scrimmages? Bro, what? They bring up stats from seasons ago. I bring up my stats from 2 seasons ago. I played 5 games. I had 7 interceptions, 3 were pick sixes, but that's not relevant because it's not now. I'm like, bro, come on. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
What?
Nobody knows what's going to happen this season. We're all 0-0 right now.
Well, another thing is,
we're all nobodies until we make a name, this season, So I told everybody, I'm like, you can talk your trash, but it means nothing to me because what happens when we get on the field? What happens if I become 1-0? Do you become a bum just like you call me if I beat you?
You know what happens, Tyler? You get to have a field day on Facebook.
Yeah.
That's what you see. You get to make memes all day and have fun with your team in your chat, and then put memes out. And that's what's great about this whole thing is that we have shown people like, yo, there's a different way to talk shit. Like, throw some memes together and make it funny.
Yes.
Make them laugh. You know what I mean? If the person laughs at the thing they created, that you created about them, you win. You know what I mean? I've been on. Y'all remember there was like almost a week and a half where Showtime, where I would wake up in the morning and the first thing you got was a Jada meme from Showtime.
Facts.
Right? Like first thing in the morning, 6:30, fresh. You know what I mean? You want to be frustrated and you want to be like, "Why the fuck, leave me alone?" But it's funny. You know what I mean? So it's like, accept it because this is what we do. If you lose and you talk shit prior, you might end up on a meme.
Yes.
You might end up on the cover page of Real Talk. Like Joe Fenn, we had the big circles around him. We had Jamal in Pampers. We've done it. You know what I mean? It happens.